What if mental disorders were cakes? Imagine if every mental illness could be described through the flavour and texture of a cake. To better understand, learn, and remember through association, complex terms, let's fantasize what it would be like in the world of cakes. 1. Mood disorders. Depression is a chronic feeling of ennui, apathy, and loss of interest in life. It is a cake with no sugar and no filling. It is dry, bland, as if it has been forgotten to be cooked. Every spoonful is heavy and empty. It conveys a dark, heavy atmosphere, as if the weight of the condition is reflected in its shape and detail. Bipolar disorder is an alternation of manic and depressive episodes. It's a dessert contrast. One half is bright, explosive-tasting chocolate with colourful decoration. The other half is grey, tasteless, as if it has been forgotten to be decorated. It conveys the stark contrast between manic and depressive states through colours, textures, and candles. Dysthymia, a prolonged, i.e. more than 2 years, depressed mood but less pronounced than in depression. It is a slightly unsweetened cake that at first glance seems ordinary, but with each spoonful its monotony and boredom is felt. It conveys a sense of chronic ennui and emotional fatigue through its muted colours and modest, slightly shabby decoration. 2. Anxiety disorders. Generalized anxiety disorder is constant worry for no apparent reason. It's a cake that says surprise on it. You don't know what's inside and you're afraid to take a bite. The uneven layers, cracks, melting icing, and dark patterns create feelings of anxiety and tension. Panic disorder is sudden panic attacks with physical symptoms. It's a dessert with an unexpected chili pepper flavour, a sudden and sharp wave of heat and fear. Chaotic, tilted layers, cracks in the icing, sharp red lines and spiky decorations convey sudden panic attacks and fear. Social phobia is an intense fear of social situations. It's a beautiful cake that you hold in your hands, but are afraid to taste because everyone around you is watching. The layers seem to fall through, the uneven icing in muted colours and the figures staring intently at the cake create a sense of anxious shyness and fear of judgment. OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder, is obsessive thoughts and repetitive rituals. It's the cake you constantly decorate because it doesn't seem perfect enough for you. Symmetry, repetitive patterning, and a small detail that sticks out convey the nature of OCD. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is the difficult memories and anxiety after traumatic events. It is a cake with a bitter aftertaste. It may look appealing, but one bite and you relive its flavour again, which reminds you of past pain. One part is neat and beautiful, and the other part is damaged, with cracks and chaotic elements. The contrast symbolises an inner struggle. 3. Psychotic disorders. Schizophrenia is delusions, hallucinations, and thought disorders. It's a cake in which the ingredients are chosen chaotically. Pepper slices, sweet icing, sour jam. You don't know what to expect in the next bite. One part looks realistic, while the other is chaotic and surreal with distorted elements. Schizoaffective disorder. This combines symptoms of schizophrenia and mood disorders. It is a mixture of two cakes. One is sweet and rainbow-coloured, the other bitter and gloomy, but they are strangely mixed. One side is bright and chaotic, the other dark and cracked, symbolizing the contrast between manic and depressive states. Delusional disorder is persistent beliefs that don't match reality. It's a cake that has something unusual about it, but you're convinced it's the best cake in the world. The distorted shape, illogical elements, and surreal details create a sense of disturbed perception of reality. 4. Personality disorders. Narcissistic disorder is when a person feels special, wants admiration, but is unable to genuinely understand the feelings of others. It is a perfect, luxurious cake, designed just to be admired, but inside there is an emptiness. The cake is luxurious, with gold accents, symmetry, and a mirrored surface, but with a hint of hidden fragility. Borderline disorder is about sudden swings in emotions, instability in relationships, and a sense of inner emptiness. It's a cake where one bite is sweet, the other bitter, and it never gives a predictable flavour. A cake where one part is smooth and beautiful, and the other part is cracked and chaotic, with stark colour contrasts and crumbling fragments. Antisocial disorder is when a person feels no guilt for their actions, tends to manipulate and break rules. It is a cake that looks delicious but is actually deceptively flavoured. Aggressive colours, chaotic texture, crumbling elements, and a hint of a mask. Dependency disorder is a strong need for custody, a fear of being alone. It's a dessert you can't eat alone. You absolutely need someone by your side. Delicate pastel colours, supportive elements, and a sense of fragility. 5. Eating disorders. Anorexia is the fear of gaining weight, refusal to eat, and a distorted perception of your body. It's a ghost cake. It's there, but you convince yourself it's not. A cake with thin layers and pale colours emphasises fragility and internal struggle. Bulimia is bouts of overeating followed by getting rid of what you've eaten. It is a cake that you first eat greedily and then try to get rid of it. A cake with excessive layers, spreadable icing, and a contrast between external attractiveness and internal chaos. Compulsive overeating is uncontrollable binge eating without feeling satiated. It's a huge cake that you eat non-stop but don't enjoy. The chaotic structure, spreadable icing, and rich colours convey the idea of overconsumption and loss of control. 6. Dissociative disorders. Dissociative identity disorder is when a person has multiple personalities, each with their own memories and behaviours. It is a cake that has several flavours in one slice. The contrasting sections, shifting layers, and unique elements on each piece convey the idea of identity fragmentation. Dissociative amnesia is the loss of memories of traumatic events. You taste the cake but can't remember how it got to your table. Blurred, disappearing fragments, missing parts, and displaced layers convey the idea of lost memories. 7. Neurodevelopmental disorders. Autism is difficulty in communicating and understanding social norms, and a love of routine. It is a cake with an unusual design, with fixed patterns and textures not understood by everyone. It is symmetrical, with clear geometric patterns, contrasting colours, and a balanced design. ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, is about impulsivity, difficulties with concentration. This is a dessert that mixes everything, caramel, nuts, and chocolate, but it is difficult to concentrate on one flavour. It's bright, chaotic, with energetic designs, unstable layers, and scattered decorations. 8. Somatoform disorders. Somatization is physical symptoms without a medical cause, such as pain or weakness. It's a cake that looks perfectly ordinary, but after eating it you feel an unexplained stomachache. It looks beautiful, but has cracks, hidden flaws, and anatomical elements that reflect bodily sensations for no apparent reason. Hypochondria is a constant fear of getting sick, searching for serious illnesses in yourself. You've eaten cake and immediately look up symptoms of food poisoning on the internet. Medical motives, sterile appearance, hidden cracks, and disturbing elements within. 9. Sleep disorders. Insomnia is difficulty falling asleep, shallow sleep. It's the cake you try to eat, but it keeps slipping away from you. Night colours, stars, moon, fragmented layers, and melting areas convey fatigue and chaotic thoughts. Narcolepsy is sudden bouts of sleep during the day. It's the slice of cake you unexpectedly eat in your sleep. Soft, cloudy textures, pastel colours, melting elements, and dream symbolism, reflecting sudden episodes of falling asleep. Sleep paralysis is a state between sleep and wakefulness where the body can't move. It's the dessert you see in front of you but can't pick up. The dark and ominous atmosphere, shadows, frozen elements, and half-open eyes convey a sense of terror and helplessness in this state. In the world of mental illness, like the world of cakes, each one has its own unique texture and flavour. But it's important to remember that behind every recipe is a person who deserves understanding and support.